Change this to live chat. There we go. That's on live chat. Now we need to go over here and click this. Click this. Mute. Copy. Go over to the Discord. Click that. At everyone, come hang out on the YouTubes. We live. Click that. Send it. Paste it. Send it. Send it. Why are you not sending it? There we go. Sent. All right, that's sent. That's sent. All right, that's done. We go over here and we pause that. Let's see. Almost ready. Almost ready. Right there. Right there. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Got that. Live chat's going. All right. I think that's everything. That is everything except for my Bella glitter. I got a piece of Bella glitter right there. It won't come out. Come on. Her little white hairs like impale into my shirt, and I can't get them out. Even with like one of those lint roller things with like the sticky tape on the outside, I have to I can't like roll it. If I roll it, it don't do nothing. If I like smack the shirt with it like that, and then it usually pulls the hairs out. Woo! Oh, why is everything so blown out? Come on. That just happened. There we go. There we go. Holy cow. Everything was like super blown out there for a second. Does the light need to be changed? All right. We're working now. We're working now. All right. Who all we got in here? Let's scroll up. We got JJ85, Teddy T, Cypress, Smokin', SBB, Willie Joyner, Speedy, WR450. Hey, what up, Rick Riviera? Go Bills. Ricky, 85. All right, hi to you. Candace Squatch, Scotty, AKR, Charlie, Real Hippie. I like that Spartan Shield you got there. Someone else has Spartan Shield. Oh, yeah, Willie Joyner has Spartan Shield going on. Despicable, Goblin, Ruben. Had a horrible day at work today. Any advice? I know what I do whenever I have a horrible day. It's the same thing I do whenever I'm having a good day. What up, Bananas? Medshed, Charlie. High Dog's got his shield. Love it. Hercules. Trent. What up, Trent? I like those pictures you've been sending or posting or tagging. Well, whatever that is. JJ, Jimbo, 363, Jason, Hammer Nug, Cypress. About to harvest strawberry mimosa. I love it. Not Given, Dan, Circus, Korg. Always baked, never fried. Always love that name. What up, GT? I got the notification while I'm on Discord checking out some Magic Candy Mountain OG grows. Dude, I like watching the Magic Candy Mountain OG. It's been so freaking cool. Like the kind of response that I would say besides the cash, Magic Candy Mountain's probably our most popular one, followed by PFG, and then probably Strawberry Mimosa. That's kind of like the top four. The humidity in the Midwest has my dehumidifier going full blast. Yeah, dude, it's just been raining so much. Like, I don't think we've had. Come on, light. This light's not having it today. I don't think we've had a single week since March where we didn't have rain, during the week. Like for the next 4 days, it's rain, just rain every day. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. CT, you look too sober? Yeah, I just got home. So, rainy conditions, traffic, not usually the best time, but I'll be remedying that shortly. Hey, just cool. Generally, Jim. 2 weeks until finish. Nice. No problem there, Trent. Dude, my daughter's done something. Princess GT has done something crazy. My like keyboard usually just has a nice like rainbow colored thing going on. It's got some kind of like crazy strobing thing. I don't know what she did to it, but I'm not a fan. It like keeps like grabbing my attention and pulling it down. It's like there's a freaking strobe light underneath me. It keeps like grabbing my attention and pulling it down. It's like there's a freaking strobe light underneath me. Hey GT, what's up, brother? Thought it would start at 7. I think 7 was Eastern time, is what I said. I think 7 Eastern was the time I was going for. So we're pretty close to 7 Eastern. It finally stopped raining there. Yeah, dude, it's just rain. Like just rain. You know, we haven't had a single race that hasn't gotten rained out this year. Usually we've had 6 already this year. We're into June and we haven't had a single race yet this year. So it's ridiculous. Everyone hit that like button. Hey, thanks, Real. Always appreciate it. I found a random tomato plant under our ramp. Oh, that's cool. I don't like tomatoes, so I would probably just kill it, but I'm not a tomato person, you know, just ain't my bag. When you go to the track on a practice day, how many passes do you usually get? Usually get 4 to 5 on the practice day. On race days, it's a minimum of 3. So you'll have 2 rounds of qualifying, and then you go into first round eliminations. So you get at least 3 passes. You'll get 2 qualifying. That'll kind of place your position on the ladder, like 2 practice runs, see how fast you can go. And then you go straight into eliminations. On practice day, though, you're going to race, and then as soon as you go through the trap, so you turn the car off and just coast to the pit area, and you know, to the return lane, and then the golf cart comes and picks me up, and then we have to start cooling the car down because the car doesn't have any water in it. It doesn't have a radiator, doesn't have water, antifreeze, nothing. It runs on pure alcohol, so that's how we keep the car cool during the pass. But I'll literally start it up. They'll drag me all the way up to the staging lanes, and they'll drag me all the way up to where I'm next in line. Then we unhook the car right before they're like, okay, they pull me. They're saying pull up to the burning box. That's the first time I start the car. Start the car up, turn all the power switches on that need to be turned on, and then I'll drive up into the burnout box, do a burnout, pull into the staging beams, make the pass, and then as soon as I go through the lanes, I'll hit the button which deploys the 2 parachutes. And then after I feel the 2 parachutes like poof, come out, because you can really feel them whenever you deploy them and you're going 190 miles an hour and you throw 2 parachutes out the back. As soon as the parachutes deploy, then I'll get on the brakes, and once the car's going straight, I reach up, boom, 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 and I just turn the whole car off and then put it down into neutral and let it coast the rest of the way. You start me talking about car stuff, man. When you go to the track, oh yeah, that was you. That was all right after that. Yo, GT, what up, Robski? How's it going over there in England, brother? How's the bed and breakfast thing going? That place looked pretty cool that you guys had over there. Had my first chemo on Monday, first one in 6 years. You're keeping going. Yeah, well, hope it goes good for you, buddy. Getting real pumped for the new shirts to show up. I actually just sent them a message too, asking for an update, because I know it was a big order. I know it was like a super big order. So, you know, it was one of those things where they were like, yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit longer. So hopefully it's not much longer though. But it was a giant order. It was our #1 order we've ever done. It's the biggest order we've ever done by far. What are you racing? The Mustang? Yeah, I have a Mustang. It looks like, let's see. So I race a Mustang. There it is. Here's my Mustang. Got a big turbo coming through the front bumper. It's a good time. GT, is it me or does potassium deficiency and newt burn look very similar? They can. Newt burn starts off always identical though. Newt burn's going to start off with a burnt tip of the 5-finger fan leaf. So you got your fan leaf, let's say, that just looks like this. I know it's not a fan leaf. Come on. So you got your, the palm of your fan leaf, and then you've got all the fingers that come off your fan leaf, fingers of your leaves. So newt burn will always start in the very tips of the leaves, where the fingers of the leaves actually come down to a point. So just like the white parts of your fingernails there. So you got your little white part on the end. That's where newt burn will start. Just like how the tips of your fingernails right there are white on the end. That's how newt burn starts. It's just on the very tips of the fingers of the leaves. And if you don't correct it, or you keep feeding them, it'll run from just the tips of the leaves, and then it'll run down all the jigsaw points, all the little serrated points that go down the edges of the fingers of the leaves. You know how they're like all the way up and down. So it'll manifest down the fingers of the leaves on those points. So it still sticks to the points, but now it runs down the outside edges of the leaf. And if you don't pay attention to that, then it transverses and goes inward. Once it runs out of the edges, and then you just keep feeding them, then it'll turn inside. Whereas like a PK, what were we talking about? Deficiency? I think we were talking about deficiency. Yeah, deficiency. Whereas PK deficiency usually starts with like a sprinkling over the outside, like front fascia of the leaves, and it'll kind of cascade across the entire plant pretty quickly. Whereas the newt burn starts at the tip. Now, do they kind of look the same? Yeah, because they do the kind of the same damage to the leaves. So when you're saying they look the same in kind of that respect, absolutely correct. But what you look for is where on the leaf that is taking place. If it's on the tips and the edges, because once again, the damage does look the same. It's just the placement of the damage. If it's on the tips and the edges of the fingers of the leaf, then you're in newt burn territory. Now, if you let it go long enough, it'll kind of cover the whole leaf, and then the whole plant turns brown, and then the whole thing dies. So, but if it's P or K deficiency, or PK, maybe both, it'll start with like a spattering across the whole surface of the leaf, and that's how it goes. Hey, Jefferson. Brandon Harden says, "Woo! GT T-shirt story." So the first shirt I ever ordered was Ragnarok. I wore it to the lake fishing with the family and the friends with a pontoon boat. The only one to catch a 3-pound bass got hype. Nice. Everyone all day was commenting on the shirt. I got pics. It was a good day. Ah, that's awesome. Hey, what's up, school? Hey, what's up, TARDIS? Why is my chat going? It's going back and forth. It's like on live chat. Like tried to flip the top chat and then flip back to live chat. Did any of the beans go out yet? No, we're still waiting. We got everything in. We got all these are in. All the slaps are in. The only thing we're waiting on is the T-shirts. So the only thing we're waiting on is the T-shirts, and then the orders will start going out. I wait till all the merch is in and then ship everything out. It just wouldn't be fair. Like if you only ordered stickers, because stickers always come in first. The T-shirts are always the last thing to come in. It wouldn't be fair to people that ordered the shirts if I started sending stuff out before everything was in. So everything goes in at the same time, then the computer kind of picks the order it goes out in. But no, nothing has gone out yet. I just sent a message to the T-shirt people today. Usually takes about 3 weeks from the time the order goes in. The store was open from, was it the 4th or the 5th through the 11th? And I think the 11th was a Saturday, and we closed the store. And then the order went in through the 11th. And I think the 11th was a Saturday, and we closed the store. And then the order went in on the 13th of May. So it's just right now been about 3 weeks from the time the order closed. And the T-shirt place, it was like, this is a gigantic order. It might take us a touch longer, but they were still aiming for that. They were aiming for June 2nd was kind of like their hopeful completion date was what I had on the order. And I sent him a message yesterday, which was the 3rd. I said, hey, I know we were kind of aiming and hoping for June 2nd. which was yesterday. I was just kind of looking for an update. I haven't got a response back from them yet, but that's okay. But I'm betting it's I'm hoping they're in this Friday. So if they come in this Friday, and I'm not saying they're going to be. I'm saying I'm hoping. So I'm hoping they're going to be in this Friday, because if they come in this Friday, I can inventory them all Friday. I'm going to go race. You guys anybody want to come see me race? We're going to be at Bonne Terre Racetrack we're going to be at Bonne Terre Drag Strip in Bonne Terre, Missouri. There is the first small tire race of the year. As long as it's not raining, it's actually happening this Saturday. We have not had a single event going off yet this year, but if you guys want to come hang out at Bonne Terre, I'm going to be there from noon to like 10 p.m. I can't smoke with you, though, while I'm racing. As soon as I get eliminated, come on back over to the trailer. But I can't smoke with you. Like the people, when they come out, they're like, hey, can you smoke? No, I'm racing. I can't smoke while I'm racing. But as soon as the race is over, come hang out at the trailer. We'll sit around. But if you come around before too much, I'll probably put you to work. I'm like, look, I need you to put air in the back tires, check out the back tire. So if you want to be a part of the pit crew, come hang out. Nice fox body. Hey, thank you. Wow, beautiful color. Yeah, that's Ford Racing Blue is that color. It's just beautiful. It works really well on Mustang. I creep growing your fireweed into RSO, so something works. Woo! Dude, Robsky, man. I think you might be one of the coolest motherfuckers I ever met. I love talking to my buddy Robsky. Getting excited all over again about the shirts and dugout. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I always like it when you guys start getting them, and it's always a really good time for me because I put a lot of work. Hey, look, I got one on right now. This is all I wear. It's my own shit. I put a lot of work into the design, so it makes me really happy when you guys like them. Jimbo Slice with the $1.99. You're the man. Hey, thanks, buddy. No, you're the man. I'm going to put a little heart on that. There we go. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Guys, you do not have to send me any money, though. I like, it's always appreciated, but don't ever feel obligated to send anything. I just like hanging out with you guys. I enjoy it. We've been doing, we've pretty much only been doing like the weekly videos, though. I've been like going super crazy we've had so many consults lately, which is awesome because once again, I like talking to you guys. So it's just been crazy. Hello from Montana. Hello, Dallas. Shouldn't you be from Texas with a name like Dallas? That's a terrible joke. Probably never heard that before. Woo! Made it this time. What does Mustang have in it for a power plant? Bro, you guys keep talking like you want to talk. You get GT talking forever, talking about cars, weed, or video games. I'll never shut the fuck up. It's got a TKM, which is the engine builder, small block Ford, 427 cubic inch. Makes, if I turn it all the way up on 40 pounds of boost, makes just about, I don't know, 2,500 horsepower to the rear tires. It's very scary when you let go of the trans brake. It is very fast. What is your opinion on 3-gallon pot size for photos and how long to veg? Hey, Angel. If you know that 3-gallon pot sizes are actually my favorite size to grow in. Unless I know I'm going to be going on a trip or leaving them, I would say I grow in a 3-gallon pot 90% of the time, whether I am in a 2x4 or I am in a 4x8. I like 3-gallon pot sizes. It's very easy size for me to manage. I don't go through a ton of soil. I will go through a little bit more nutrients whenever I only run a 3-gallon opposed to a 5-gallon or so. But the clean, just messing with the plant is a lot easier. I prefer growing in 3-gallon pots. I would say 3-gallon pots are definitely my favorite size pot to grow in. You do water and feed slightly more often, but I just like the manageability and the amount of soil I go through with 3-gallon pots. And then plus, whenever I'm done with the soil and I'm taking it upstairs, the pots are a lot easier to carry upstairs than the 5-gallon pots. What's the stem and the dugout look like? It looks like one of those fake cigarettes. Like the metal aluminum one. If they come in there. And how long to veg? How long to veg is kind of a loaded question. It's not like it's loaded like, oh, there's not enough information to answer that. So if you're looking at, let's say you had 4 plants in a 4x4, and you're like, well, how long, or let's say you had 4 plants in a 2x4, how long do you veg that? About 3 weeks. Well, let's say you had 4 plants in a 4x8, how long do you veg that? About 10 weeks. So it's going to, the size tent you're in and the amount of plants you have matters. For instance, if you had 1 plant in a 2x4, well, how many weeks do you veg? Well, you're probably going to have to veg that like 5 or 6 weeks. Or you had 1 plant. Hey, Jefferson, I thought I already answered that, brother. No, none of the beans go out until everything's in. We're still waiting on the t-shirts. So I did like a 5-minute thing on this. Did you not get any of it? None of the beans go out until the t-shirts come in. The t-shirts are the last thing we're waiting on. We have everything else in, from the slaps, the stickers, the Dougies. Everything else is in except for the shirts, and they were kind of hoping they were going to be done on the 2nd. But obviously they're not done yet. They said that was kind of like a hopeful date, but they weren't positive because it was such a big order. So I'm hoping they're going to be done this week sometime. And then I can start shipping them out. It's hopefully, if they come in like this week, everything will start going out Monday, which is where I'm hoping. Angel, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, so if you had, the way the VIP bird food will work is if you put your VIP bird food order in during the drop, then I usually associate everything in the drop as going out at the same time. Usually what I tell people, they're trying to do a VIP like order, wait till the sale is over, and then as soon as the store closes, usually the store's down for 3 or 4 days, and then I open it back up, put an order in for your VIP stuff, because if it's placed during the sale, I just assume that all that is part of the sale, and I don't ship anything that was part of the sale out till everything's in, i.e. the t-shirts, stickers, Dougies, or tent flare, whatever is in that one. Now, if it's outside the bounds of the sale, that's different. Then those get shipped out. Maybe a dumb question, but does Ragnarok have an abbreviation? Probably just RAG, just rag. I know what you mean. Hey, what up, Smelly D? What up, Nick? What up, Gio? I ordered stuff after the drop. Do you ship them all at the same time? No, but we've been out on the job site a lot lately, so I probably just haven't had time to get those out, but they'll go out. I'll probably ship that stuff out Friday. I just did a bunch of orders that came in like the week before the drop. I did those last week and shipped them out. And then, so I'll probably do anything that came in after the drop in the next like week or so. What kind of car? It's a 1993 Mustang Coupe or notchback, or whatever you want to call it. Love the blue on the Fox body. Hey, thank you. Made it. Dude, that would be cool. I love the smell of the racetrack. Dude, the smell of the racetrack is my favorite. Shirts are advertising, so you should wear your own merchandise. I don't know if they're too much advertising though, because it's you would, most people wouldn't know what this is or even to look for it. So I don't ever really super advertise. I don't put usually the WTTGT is not very stand outish, and I do that on purpose. I'm really close to where you are racing. I'm actually come out there. What day again? It's this Saturday from, I think gates open to the public at 1, and then racing starts at 2. They let the racers in about noon, but we have an hour. We have to set up and stuff. Is it safe to say that burnt tips on the top and phosphorus deficiency at the bottom in late flower is too much nitrogen causing the burnt tips? No, not necessarily. We can't differentiate by looking at the leaf tips. Rather, usually if there's too much nitrogen, the leaves turn super dark green. So they do something a little bit different. So whenever you're dealing with too much nitrogen, instead of the leaves being like that vibrant, beautiful, lush looking green. The leaves turn like this super like dark, like forest green. And they'll do that before they'll start burning the tips. Is they actually turn this super dark, like forest green color on the top. And you're like, and they kind of lose their like luster. You know, when you look at the leaves, they just look like glossy and happy and pretty. When they get too much nitrogen, they turn this like really dark green and kind of like matte or like dull out. And then if you keep up with it, then they'll burn the tips. So that's kind of like you'll run into that a lot if you're growing in like Miracle Grow. Miracle Grow has got a crap ton of it's got a crap ton of nitrogen in it. It's so overloaded with nitrogen. So a lot of times you're growing with like Miracle Grow soil, you'll run into this where they get this really dark green appearance, and then if you don't straighten it out, then they'll start burning up the tips. Hey, what up, Krusty? Lone Villain's building my engine. Horsepower is all I can think about lately. That's a good problem to have. Jefferson, I mean, I've answered that like 3 times. Are you not hearing any of it? I don't know what else to say. Oh, okay, there it is. So you heard it now? Okay, perfect. I finally got sound back on YouTube. Nice. All right, rock. What's the difference between original cache and cache gen 2? Cache gen 2 is just me finding the pheno that I have liked in cache, which is a super gassy strain. It's probably one of the gassiest strains I've ever tried. And having this super overgrown ability that it has, where instead of doubling in size, a lot of times it'll triple in size during the stretch. So if you're a new grower, probably not the best strain, because you got to really be on top of your training. Otherwise, they'll grow up into the light and get so big. But it's me starting to isolate the gassy pheno that I like in it and breeding it back to itself. And then we'll just continue that on till we get to like Gen 8. And once we get to like Generation 8, even growing from seed, it's like you're growing from clone. Okay. No worry there, Jefferson. Did you get the answer, though? I'll say it again. I don't give a fuck. Did you ever talk about how the Dark Horse collab came to be? I don't know if I talked about it. I mean, I literally just sent him a message. I was like, hey, I really like, your Bruce Banner. I was like, it was one of my favorite strains for a long time. I just literally sent him a message. I go, would you mind if I crossed it with one of mine? He's like, fucking do it. So that was literally, it was super simple. I just sent Jason a message and I was like, hey man, I was like, would you mind if I cross this? He's like, absolutely not. And he's like, have fun. Can you use too much diatomaceous earth? I'd like to say no, but there's not really a reason to overload the diatomaceous earth. I mean, it's not like the diatomaceous earth is expensive. Like a $20 bag lasts a really long time. But at the same time, just a handful per pot. Like I grab fill this pocket up right here. Like I just stick my hand in it and fill up this pocket about this. I don't know. It's not that big. It's like you're holding 2 golf balls. Think about it like that. Like that's the size I use for like a 3-gallon, 5-gallon pot. It's like you had 2 golf balls in your hand. That's like the size of the grab of flowers, what that shit looks like. And then I just sprinkle around the top dress it in the top 2 inches. You're done. That's all the silica you're going to need for a month. You don't need to re-add it. Just add it once every 4 weeks or every time you transplant into new soil. How's the sour grape rock candy hunt coming along? It's looking pretty positive, actually, which I was surprised. I was like, we're going to grow this out. We're going to find the pheno. I'm going to kill everything. We're progressing to the next stage optimistically because it looks like we might have something. Actually, we might have 2 of the phenos that I was looking for, which if we got 2, we're in the money. I'll turn them both really big, double the mothers, fill up tents even faster. But I was actually pretty surprised. The odds, we had like a 17% chance of getting one of the 6 to have that we were looking for. And I think we're going to end up with 2 of the 6 of the exact same pheno. So if they both look the same, are growing the same, end up being the same pheno, which is, so far it looks like they are, then I'll turn them both into mothers. If I have one that's growing a little bit behind the other, which right now they're both exactly the same, if I have, and then I'll kill the one that I don't like the way it's growing and then just turn the other into the mother. But right now we're kind of on pace to have 2 mothers of it, which is way more than I expected. Oh my God, dude, the amount of pollen that I have coming off one of these plants downstairs that I reversed, I don't know, it might be the most pollen I've ever gotten off of a female that I reversed. I mean, there's so much pollen, it's insane. I wish it lasted longer because I would have pollen for a freaking year from this day. It looks like a male. It looks like a freaking male. The amount of the pollen that came across, this thing's dumping off. Usually when you're reversing a female plant, they don't give you a ton of pollen. They give you plenty of pollen to pollinate a tent. But like if you have a male, the amount of pollen that comes off of it, I mean, it's just insane how much pollen comes off of these things. This reverse female I got now, insanity how much pollen is coming off of this thing. Hey, what up, Lucky? I like you, brother. I look for the relax, calm down, and focus in everything you do. It's cool to look through and find where you incorporate it. Yeah, I always like to hide that in there. Simply for the fact is I used to spend a lot of time editing out of my videos because I literally tell it to myself all day long. Hey, Jimbo, did you send another $1.99? Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Fucking crazy motherfucker. I used to spend a lot of time editing out, and now I just kind of I just leave it in there, and it kind of became the mantra for the channel. So I still don't put it out in the open. I kind of hide it in the pics. Hey GT, how can I send me directs across the pond? You ship to us? Hey, send me an email at thegrowtent@gmail.com. That's the number 2, thegrowtent@gmail.com. Blueberry Spacewalk is coming along nicely, dude. Blueberry Spacewalk has 100% made it into my daily rotation. It can be a pain in the butt to grow, but holy fuck, is it worth it? The track is 35 minutes from you. 33 minutes from you. There you go. Diatomaceous earth is the food grade, if I'm not mistaken. You can grow in either. I've grown with both because one time they only had the food grade and one time that they only had the non-food grade. I've grown with both. It's never been a problem with either one as far as what I needed from it and what it was doing. Where do I find the consults these days? Just send me a message. We're on the group page, brother. At WTTGT. Just send me a message on there. Sorry if I can't, but I gave up a pack. I don't think I'm going to need anybody to send it. That's how I got this pack of sour grape rock candy. Is one of the not Patreon, but one of the members send it in, and I think we're going to be good there. I think we have 2 that's ended up going to be the exact same pheno that I was looking for, which was it's way more than I expected. I didn't think we were going to find any with only 6, but it looks like we're going to have 2. How hard is it to do a reversal? Well, it's not hard, but it's also can be super frustrating because they won't always reverse. No matter how good you've got your process down, if I'm going to go into it, I'll set like 3 to 4 plants aside and I'll try to reverse all like 3 or 4 of them. So I have a tent just for plants I'm going to reverse. And then I'll have the tent that I'm going to pollinate. So like, let's say I wanted to fill up a 6x4 with 6 plants. I'm going to grow 9 or 10 and I'm going to take 3 or 4 of them and I'm going to put them in the tent that I'm going to spray. And then I'm going to take 6 of them and I'm going to start them in flower, just like you were flowering out a normal tent, and leave them alone in that 6x4. And then for the next month, I'm going to be working ridiculous amounts of time. I'm going to have to spend in the 2x4 wherever I've got them in, reversing the plants. So the thing is, there's some strains that you can't reverse. Like Mac is one. A True Blue Dream is an extremely hard one to reverse. But there's strains that don't reverse very well, and there's also genetics that just will not reverse, no matter how hard you do it. Like they'll get the male sites that'll come in, but they'll be empty. So you'll spend all this time reversing them. You'll get all the male sites to come in, and then there'll be no pollen in them. And there never will be. They'll just wilt on the stalk, and they'll look like they're going to be full of pollen, but they never really like swell up. So you can always tell, like there's this, if you do this a lot, there's like these different stages. So you'll see the male parts come in, and then the nanopods will show up, and they'll just look like packs of bananas that you would get at the store, and they'll start to swell up. All the fingers of them will start to swell up, but they'll only get about halfway full of what they're supposed to look like, and then they'll start going back down, and you know you're not going to get any pollen from those. But the ones that they'll swell up and they'll start to look like they're going to burst at the seams, you know, those are the ones you go up to. Those are your money. And you just go right, put your card right under and tap them, all the pollen will fall out. And then you put your brush on there, and then you go over to your tent. But there's a few different ways to do it, and it's just one of those things where you always have to have backups. And there's sometimes I'll do 3 plants and I'll spend all that time reversing them, and there'll probably be 10,000 male flower sites. That's not an exaggeration either. 10,000 of them, and maybe 5 of them have pollen. And do you know how you have to find it? You have to meticulously, I'll sit down on a bucket and I'll sit there and just scan through each and every one of them until I find a full one. And then if I do, I'll just collect the pollen and I'll put it in my little cup, and I'll drop the pollen in there, and then I'll sit there. And you have to do that once you hit about week 3 of flower. You have to do that every single day. This is not like collecting pollen from a male plant where it's just pollen freaking everywhere. There's sometimes out of the 10,000 male sites you get, 5 or 6 of them have pollen in them. Luckily, 5 or 6 flower sites, that's like they have around 300,000 pieces of pollen in them a piece. So it's one of those things where even if you only get 4 or 5 of them to do it, it's plenty of pollen to do a tent. The downside is you have to sit there every day and check all 10,000. That's not an exaggeration. That's like what it takes. Otherwise, sometimes you'll miss it and you won't get any pollen, and then you're screwed. You just have a tent that you're going into flower with no pollen. You got a couple grape cherry punch going next to my. Got a couple grape cherry punch growing next to my Ragnarok. Yeah, that's a good combo right there. Ragnarok and grape cherry punch. That's a winning lineup all day. Good evening, GT. Good evening, Freaky. You ever think about writing a book and selling it? Be awesome to have a book to refer to. I've thought about it, but there's already really, really good books out there. And I don't know. I'm happy making merch, making bird food, and like doing consults. I'm already really busy. I just don't want to come off as a person. It's like, oh yeah, I just keep doing different things to make. I just like hanging out with this community, and I don't want it to seem like I'm just looking for new ways to like extract money. It's one of the reasons I don't have a lot of sponsors is because I don't know. I want you guys to keep as much money of yours as you can. And I look at it like I'm already giving all this, if you want any question answered, you can just hop on a live. I've got 700 freaking videos. You can literally just watch and get all the information for free. Anyone go to the Dew Grows Festival this weekend? I am not, but that sounds fun. Hey GT, what's the nose on Ragnarok? It's going to vary since it's pheno. It's the first generation of it. It's going to be pretty wide freaking spectrum, but it was very diesely, very diesely and very gassy. It was probably the 2 main ones I was going with. You racing yet? Our first race. I've done a few test and tune sessions. Our first race is actually this weekend, first small tire race. If it doesn't rain. It's raining right now. It's supposed to rain through Friday, which means it'll probably slow down a little bit and then rain on Sunday. Hey, see you, Robski. Yeah, it's like, what time is it over there? Like midnight? 1 in the morning. Boop, 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 boop. What's the stretch on the new cache? It's gonna, so far it's been the same. It's like it's like instead of doubles in size, it's into the, it's a big grower. So that's way above my skill level, but thanks to you, I'm learning. I'll get there one day. Yeah, there's always a couple strains where I don't really recommend them for new people. Cache was pretty much the first one where I'm like, hey, if you're a new person, it's probably not the greatest, because like if you're a new person but you're really comfortable with training, that's fine. It's the only reason I say that is because you have to stay on top of the training, because it gets really big really fast and when it goes through the stretch. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button. Hey, thanks, Trip. How's it going, boss man? It's going good. I'm getting to hang out with all my buddies. And that's why we remember GT. Hey, woo! Just made it. Hey, what up, Mac? When's your last purple haze grow? If you didn't, I haven't grown any purple haze stream on the stream. Let's see. A DVD set would be perfect. That's in order. I have a DVD set. You just download all the contents of the YouTube channel on the CDs. Oh, goodness. Too funny. I need a welcome to the Grow Tent koozie for my bubble cherry, please. Nice. Are you an alien and work off 100 hours a day? Busy. Yeah. It seems like I work. No, stop flaring the camera out. I don't understand why it keeps doing this. Should we switch? Is it the white hat that's being too reflective? We'll switch. Oh, but this one's got a white. There we go. How's that? There we go. Is that better? Fuck's sakes. No, it's like still doing it. I mean, I got to have some light. There we go. I mean, maybe that's a little bit better. I think was the white hat. I think it's like glaring too much. I think the white hat's the problem. Are all bird food F1, S1S? No, not all of them. PFG is going into Gen 3. Cherry Atomic Sledgehammer's in Gen 2. Well, we might be into Gen 2 of Sour Grape Rock Candy here soon. So, no, they are not all of them. Spartan Sour Diesel's into Gen 2. So, no, the answer to that question. Is Cache V2 identical to the original? Yeah, it's just crossed back onto itself. So, until you get to about Gen 5, though, I don't like to use the term identical. Once you get out to like Gen 5, Gen 6 of it, you can it'll start to look like you're growing from clone. That's the reason Gen 8 stuff is so much more expensive than Gen 1 stuff. It's because they put probably close to a decade of work into it. GT, you run your autopods yet? Yeah, we did it in, we keep it what we call the torture chest, torture chest tent. And they're in there running. I think it was back in November or December of the past year. I actually put up a video with the plants in it, and we cut off like 3 random buds. They were like this big a piece. And I think the thumbnail is just me with like half my face is covered with these giant buds going across my face like that. So it's like Wilson from Home Improvement back in the day. Hey, what up, Sir Richard? The Magic Candy Mountain OG was the bomb. Nice job, sir. Hey, thank you. Much appreciated. This one shines more. Yeah, like this little circle right here. It definitely shines more. I don't know what to do. Focus. Grow bags for the win. Still smoking PFG. Yeah, that's awesome. The grow bags work really well. I have a couple of pockets of strawberry mimosa to share at Dude Grows Festival. Nice. That's awesome. Is bird food FIM a regular? It's 95% FIM. So we'll do like one regular drop every other year. I guess we're close enough now since the cash drop's over. I can tell you guys what's happening with the next one. So with the next one, we have, it's going to be the first double drop we've done since 2022. The last double drop we did was Cherry Tonic Sledgehammer and Sour Grape Rock Candy. We dropped them on 420 of 2022, I think. And that was the last time we did a double drop because it's so much work. Well, this one is going to be different because this one's going to be interactive. So we have the double JCK cross that is coming up, which you guys are all helped with the names. And I've got 2 of them picked out, and we'll be announcing those very soon. So today's show is a little bit special. You guys get some breaking news on it. So for the double drop that's coming up, this is going to be our first ever interactive one, where you're going to get 2. It's also going to be the first time we've done a regular bird food drop since Sleeping Giant of 2023, I think is when Sleeping Giant came out. So this one, we're going to send out the double drop, both crossed with JCK. And what happens is we're going to grow both of them. So we're going to it's going to be a drop with merch and all that kind of cool stuff. And then we're all going to start growing both of the lines together. So we're going to, I would like to use the new names, but I don't want to give them away just yet. So we're going to drop both of them together. And when we drop both of them together, we are going to grow both up, and we're going to see which one we like the best. We're like, oh, man, this JCK cross with Strawberry Mimosa is the shit. Or, no, I really like the other one better. And then whichever one we as a group all decide we like better, we'll put it to a vote. I am then going to reverse it and send it out to everybody that participated in the drop completely free. So not only is this technically going to be our first ever double drop, or our second ever double drop, it's actually going to be our first ever triple drop. So you'll get the double drop. Instead of doing 1 pack for your normal order, you're going to get both in there. We're going to grow them out, and then I'm going to feminize the winner and send it out to every one of the members for free with no new drop. It's literally, we're going to pick which one we like. I'm going to reverse it. And there'll be no drop to participate in, no sale, no new merch. It'll just get shipped out to everybody. So it's going to be technically our first ever triple drop. Whew, I've been wanting to tell you guys about that for a long time. I almost let it slip. I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I almost let it slip out of me. And I held it in. How long you be live for, GT? I don't know, probably about another 10 minutes. Yeah, correct. It's going to be a drop and a grow along, and then a bonus at the end, and oh, don't give it all out yet, GT. Don't give it all out yet. Keep some of the magic back. Keep some of it back. This is going to be the first time we've ever done anything like this. I think it's going to be awesome, and you're going to end up getting 3 sets of free gifts for every order is what it's going to end up. So the cool part is, like, if back during the double drop you did 7 orders, you would get your 7 double drops, and then whenever there's a winner picked and I reverse it, you're going to get 7 more drops for free. That's it. You're going to get 7 more drops organized for free. Oh, my goodness. I'm so freaking excited. I've been holding that in for so freaking long. Great, the name silent. I almost used them. I literally almost used them. I had to hold it the fuck in. He's the only YouTube breeder I trust. It's because I show everything. Like I bring you guys along for the process. And it's one of those things where like I'll make stuff and sometimes I don't even send it out. Sometimes I'm like, I didn't really like the way that came out. So I just store it all on a shelf. But I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good time to do it this way. We've never done anything like this. I've never seen anything or heard about anything like this being done. I think it'll be awesome. Growing Ragnarok and Rainbow Sherbet now, that's a great combo too. But I thought you guys would all be, hey, what up, LB? I thought you guys would all be, I thought that would be a really cool thing to do. I thought it would be something new to try. It'll be a lot of work on my end. It'll be a lot more work on my end, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Is your skunk OG a longer run? Yeah, sometimes it can be like 10 or 11 weeks. This is going to be the next drop. So after all the cash and everything is shipped out, I'll start introducing the new artwork for the double drop. I literally almost just said the names again. I'll start introducing the new artwork for the new drop because I have everything else ready. Like it's all sitting there ready. It's already done growing. Everything, it's already set to the side. It's going to be one of those things where I think it'll be really cool as like a big class participation project. But yeah, it's for the next drop. By far, you give the most value GT. I'm damn excited. Yeah, that was the whole reason I started it though, is because I didn't like how expensive everything was, and I wanted to do it, with everybody and help everybody out as much as I could. Living room plant flip not to flower without additional lighting. Well, it is sitting there in the window, and that window faces the south side, so it wouldn't have flipped to flower. I guess when the days were shorter, whenever it was younger, it was too young to flip to flower, so we didn't have to worry about it back then. But now, I mean, that's a south-facing window. Like the whole back of my house faces the south, so that thing sits there and it looks at the sun freaking day. So that's why it hasn't. But it's getting pretty big. That thing sits there and it looks at the sun freaking day. So that's why it hasn't. But it's getting pretty big. The wife's like, you need to start taking that downstairs. I'm like, no, it's not going anywhere. Leave it alone. Now if I can just get Princess GT to stop pouring fucking water in it. She's like hides her water. She's like, yeah, I drank all my water. Dump, 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 dump. I'm like, pour that shit in your mom's houseplants. So, but yeah, that'll be the next drop. So the double drop for the JCK crosses, almost said it again. For the JCK crosses, that'll be the next drop after this one. It's going to be our first double drop we've done since 420 of 2022. So over 3 years ago, and then it will actually turn into a triple drop that will no extra cost. AGT, can you recommend some strains that can be found in Europe that don't herm? I'm tired of Hermes from Barney's and RQS. I mean, if you were looking for something very, very strong, I would just go with like a White Widow, a Blue Dream, Northern, with like a White Widow, a Blue Dream, Northern Lights. Those are all, stay away from kind of like anything with Gorilla Glue number 4 in it. That's just, Gorilla Glue number 4 is one, Gorilla Glue number 4 is one that's going to herm. Like it's going to herm on you, but we always call it the juices worth the squeeze whenever we're talking about that strain. We know it's going to herm, but the end results are always so fantastic, we don't care. But if you just kind of stay with those basic ones, you should be fine. GGT, do you ever do an outdoor grow, cash grower outside now? Well, it's not legal in my state, but we do have a buddy that grows a bunch of my stuff in raised beds that lives out in the country. So it's one of those things where it's not legal here, so I can't video it or anything like that. AGT, the last drop was all, most of the drops are all film. The last time we had a regular drop, when did Sleeping Giant drop, guys? Was that November of 2023 was that one? And then we had Pineapple Upside Down Cake was our other regular, and it dropped, I think, in 2021, maybe. I think we did a regular dropped in 2021, which was Pineapple Upside Down Cake, and then we had a regular drop in Sleeping Giant, where it was November 2023. So we're heading towards 2 years since our last regular drop. Everything else has been feminized. We got Moscow in the house. До свидания. House and Not So Secret Grow. I actually just posted a picture of it on the membership page the other yesterday. Love the channel, watching you from Moscow. Hi, Moscow. What up, GT? Hey, what up, Florida? What's up, Kenyatta? My outdoor cache is bigger than my tent plant. The inside plant is so bushy. Yeah, so, dude, when you grow outside, Mother Nature, has had billions of years to perfect this. So I'm only planning on wanting one Ragnarok. So anytime, especially if I'm only growing one plant, I'm probably still going to plant like 3 or 4, and then I'm going to pick the best one to fill my one spot. Would you help somebody on Patreon if it was in a country that is illegal to grow? Sharing information is not illegal. I don't have any idea what you choose to do with it. But yeah, that's the easy answer to that question. But I don't have a Patreon anymore. I have a membership website. You can find it at WTTGT. And I can't tell you the rest of the link, and please don't post it. But if you want to find it, you can always send me an email at thegrowtent@gmail.com. That's the number 2, thegrowtent@gmail.com. I think I might have the grapefruit skunk. Wait and see if it turns black. Oh, that is called Obsidian, is the name of that. Pheno is so special, it got its own freaking name. That is the Obsidian Pheno of Spartan Skunk. Somebody bring me a cut of it. Is Bruce Banner a wide node spacer? It can be. Just one of the reasons you just stay on top of the training. Followed by trim jail. Bah, bah, bah. Have you ever did a birdseed box set release? No, I've never done anything like that. I've always just kind of done, like, as I make stuff, I just release them to my memberships, and then whenever they run out, they're gone. Hey, what up? Here we go. My first time here. Cheers. Let's say lit. It's got some kind of writing over the top of it. I can't see. And look, it says Litwick. Welcome, Litwick. Appreciate you. Glad to have you here, brother. Good time seeing everybody. My MCM OG smells. Do you like that? Fruity smelling MC Magic Candy Mountain. That is such a good one. A lot of those ones have tested at like 29%, so it's been crazy. All right, boys and girls. I can't believe it's been a freaking hour already. I've missed you guys. We got to do this more often. Remember, if you want to hang out with me more often, you can head over to WTTGT, join the membership page. Then you get to talk to me every day if you want. Just me and you in contact all the time, working on your plants. Works out really well. Also, guys, if you want to come hang out at the racetrack, we're going to be at Bonne Terre, Missouri at the first small tire race of the year because it's been so freaking rainy. Well, that is pending. This one doesn't get rained out because it's raining right now. It's been raining every week. My relative humidity in my basement is 65% because it won't ever stop raining. All right, guys. I hope everybody has a fantastic time. Remember, if you haven't joined the membership page, coming up might be the best time to ever do it because we have a triple drop for the first time ever coming up, along with an interactive pheno hunt, all of us together. All right, I'm going to see you guys later, and peace. I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of the week. Later.